For over 3 decades, The Cure has been one of alternative rock's most influential bands, shaping the sound of gothic and post-punk music for generations. Behind the iconic voice of Robert Smith stood musicians who helped craft that unmistakable atmosphere, layered guitars, haunting keyboards, and textures that defined an era. Perry Bamonte was one of those essential architects. His passing on December 26, 2025, at the age of 65, marks the end of a chapter in one of rock's most enduring stories. Today, we remember the man whose quiet intensity helped shape some of The Cure's most celebrated work. Perry Arcangelo Bamonte was born in London on September 3, 1960. His path to The Cure began not on stage, but behind the scenes. In 1984, he joined the band's touring crew through his younger brother, who worked as their tour manager. Starting as a guitar technician and personal assistant to Robert Smith, Bamonte spent 5 years learning every aspect of the band's sonic world from the inside. This apprenticeship proved invaluable. When keyboardist Roger O'Donnell departed in 1990, Bamonte didn't just fill a vacancy, he evolved the role entirely. He became a full-time member who could seamlessly move between guitar, 6-string bass, and keyboards, often within the same song. The band affectionately called him Teddy, and in their official statement, they described him as quiet, intense, intuitive, constant, and hugely creative. What set Bamonte apart was his versatility and his understanding of space in music. He didn't overplay. Instead, he added layers that enhanced the emotional depth of The Cure's sound without demanding attention. In a band known for its atmospheric complexity, Bamonte was the player who understood that sometimes what you do and play matters as much as what you do. Perry Bamonte's tenure as a full-time member spanned some of The Cure's most significant albums. He contributed guitar, bass, and keyboards to Wish in 1992, an album that gave the world Friday I'm in Love and became one of their most commercially successful releases. He continued through Wild Mood Swings, Bloodflowers, Acoustic Hits, and the self-titled album The Cure in 2004. Over 14 years, Bamonte performed more than 400 shows with the band. Those who saw The Cure during this era remember the way he filled the stage not with theatrics, but with a focused, almost meditative presence. He was the kind of musician who made difficult parts look effortless, who could switch instruments mid-set, and who brought technical precision without sacrificing emotional resonance. His 6-string bass work, in particular, added a unique dimension to The Cure's sound during the 90s. It allowed for melodic bass lines that complemented Simon Gallup as more traditional bass, playing in ways that expanded the band's sonic palette. On keyboards, he could evoke the atmospheric qualities that had defined the band's earlier work while pushing into new territory. When Bamonte was let go from the band in 2005, it wasn't the end of his story with The Cure. He and Robert Smith remained on good terms, a testament to the mutual respect between them. After his departure, Bamonte joined Love Amongst Ruin, a project that included former members of Placebo and Julian Cope's band, continuing to explore the darker corners of alternative rock. On December 26, 2025, The Cure confirmed the death of Perry Bamonte on their official website. According to the band's statement, he passed away at his home after a short illness over Christmas. He was 65 years old. The announcement was direct and heartfelt. The band wrote that they were confirming the death with enormous sadness, calling him a great friend and bandmate. They noted that he had been a warm-hearted and vital part of The Cure story, someone who had looked after the band from 1984 through 1989 before becoming a full member. Details remain limited, and no further information about the nature of his illness has been released. The band's statement focused instead on celebrating his contributions and expressing condolences to his family. In an era where speculation often overtakes fact, The Cure's approach has been measured and respectful, allowing the focus to remain on Bamonte's legacy rather than the circumstances of his death. The response from fans and the broader music community has been one of profound respect and sadness. Social media filled with tributes from those who saw Bamonte perform, many sharing memories of specific shows or moments when his playing particularly moved them. For longtime fans of The Cure, his death represents the loss of someone who was present during some of their most cherished musical memories. What stands out in the tributes is the recognition of Bamonte's character. People remember him not just as a talented musician, but as someone who brought warmth and dedication to everything he did. The band's description of him as quiet and intuitive resonated with fans who had observed his stage presence over the years as a musician, content to serve the song rather than seek the spotlight. The timing of his passing during the Christmas holiday added an additional layer of poignancy. For a band whose music has always dealt with themes of melancholy, loss, and the passage of time, the loss of one of their own during this season felt particularly resonant to many fans. Perry Bamonte's influence extends beyond the albums he played on or the shows he performed. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of The Cure in 2019, a recognition of his role in shaping one of alternative rock's most important bands. But his true legacy lives in the approach he brought to music. In an era when technical virtuosity often overshadowed taste and restraint, Bamonte demonstrated that you could be both technically accomplished and emotionally intelligent. His work showed that supporting a song's emotional core was just as important as any solo or showcase moment. For musicians in the Gothic and alternative rock worlds, Bamonte's career offers a blueprint for longevity and artistic integrity. He joined a legendary band at its peak, contributed meaningfully for over a decade, departed gracefully, pursued other creative outlets, and then returned when the opportunity arose. When he rejoined The Cure in 2022, he played another 90 shows, with the band describing some as the best in their history. His final performance with the band was at the Show of a Lost World concert in London on November 12, 2024. That trajectory speaks to something rare in rock music, the ability to remain relevant and valued across different eras, to adapt without losing your essential identity. The story of Perry Bamonte reminds us that artistic legacy isn't always measured in headlines or spotlight moments. Sometimes it's measured in the quiet craftsmanship, the shows that moved audiences, the albums that continue to resonate decades later, and the respect of peers and fans alike. The Cure's statement concluded by saying he would be very greatly missed. For those who experienced his contributions to the band's sound, that feeling is deeply personal. Music connects us to specific moments in our lives, and for many, Perry Bamonte's playing was the soundtrack to important chapters of their own stories. As we reflect on his life and work, we're reminded that great art often comes from collaboration, from individuals willing to sublimate their ego for the benefit of something larger. Perry Bamonte understood that. He lived it, and the music he helped create will continue to inspire and move people for generations to come. If you appreciated learning about Perry Bamonte's life and legacy, please consider subscribing to our channel. We create thoughtful, documentary-style content about the artists who shaped music history. Leave a comment sharing your favorite Cure memory, and we'll see you in the next video.